Hey guys, you're about to take a survey which your teacher is going to be using to improve their class experience, both for you and for future students. So it's really important you do your best to answer these questions as honestly as possible and really provide the best feedback you can. So what's going to happen is that you're going to answer a series of questions about the class and how much you agree or disagree with particular statements, along with some open response questions that help the teacher identify their own strengths and areas to improve on. Now, when your teacher evaluates this survey, what they're going to do is see how the class survey corresponds to what they expect. And in this case, every question's going to have a different set of answers, and there's no right answers for any one student or any one teacher. But your teacher will be able to figure out from what you say what kinds of things they're doing in class that are working well, and where they might be able to improve things. And at the same time, if there's any differences between what they think's happening in the class and how you are experiencing the class. One example of this might be the question of how much homework is assigned in the class. Now, your teacher's going to hear how much homework you guys do. There's not a right or a wrong answer depending on the class. The answer might be that the teacher expects a certain amount of homework, and some students do more and some students do less. Another case might be that the teacher is looking at how closely the assessments reflect what they've been teaching, and some students may understand how the tests and quizzes tie in, and some students may not. So once again, your teacher is going to take this information and use it to look at what you guys are thinking about the class. When your teacher evaluates the data, they may choose to share some of that data back with you. So in my case, I'll be sharing the pie charts that you generate as well as selected comments, and we'll walk through them together and talk about where the actual data that I see matches my expectations, where it's different, and then what I can maybe do with that. And when we do this, something you need to understand is there are cases where the class will change based on some of the survey data, and there's cases where it won't. For example, there's some things that I know about the class, like some students don't like a particular aspect, maybe a type of quiz I give or a reading assignment, and just because students like or don't like it, this isn't a popularity contest. This is about what's effective. So we're going to talk about what we understand from this data and how we use it, but we're not just going to let's have the students vote for less homework, or let's have the students vote to get rid of, this type of quiz or test. So your teachers are going to use this, but understand that when we talk about how we use it, this is a interpretive piece where we try and understand things. So you, by being honest, have given us the ability to understand the course, and we're going to come back and share that understanding with you, whether it's by sharing the data itself or just by talking a little bit about what we learned from the data. And in the end, that's what's going to help all of you in this class and your fellow classmates, either this year or in future years, have a better experience here at Xaverian. So thank you very much for doing your best in this survey to answer as honestly as possible and help your teachers understand how you've experienced this class.